All right, so the Super Bowl was last night. Man, listen. All right, I've been a 49ers fan since 1988. All right, back with Joe Montana and shit. I was 5 years old. And let me be honest with you here. All right. Last night hurt a little bit. You know what I mean? It hurt a little bit, legitimately. You know what I mean? Some things happened. We're going to go over some highlights. We're going to look at this. I'm going to break down a little bit of this game footage. You know what I'm saying? I got about like 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? We're going to sit here. We're going to go over this. And I'm going to sit here and depress myself for y'all. You know what I mean? That's what the fuck's going to happen. Because I'm aggravated about the play of Jimmy Garoppolo and the play calling, you know what I'm saying, of Kyle Shanahan. I am aggravated about this fucking bullshit. Because that's really what this is. So, without further ado, you know what I'm saying, let's get into this a little bit. All right. So, first things first, the special teams was not really up to snuff. All right. Secondly, you notice, they didn't really establish the run early. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of this dink and dunk fucking bullshit in the pass game. And when they were running, it was all outside around the edge. Because, they weren't doing bad in the first quarter with it. Because, usually what they do is they run up the gut. And when you run up the gut and see, look, they come away with a fucking field goal. All right. So, let me explain what happens, right? When you stand here and you run the ball up the motherfucking gut and whatnot, right? What you're doing is you're beating up the middle linebackers, all right? You're beating up that secondary, that linebacker core, and you're pushing the defensive linemen off their spots. And when you do so, it's kind of like when you're boxing and you hit somebody in the body. It forces, they move slower. They're less apt to jump in front of a tackle. They start hesitating a little bit. It's like hitting the quarterback, right? Most of the way through this game, they had Patrick Mahomes straight rattled. You know what I'm saying? He was throwing the ball at the ground. He was just not feeling it. He was not into it. He was getting popped and hurried all fucking game. So the defense was doing what it was supposed to do. Short of the secondary, where legit, I don't know why they didn't have a man over top. On some real shit. They was running man coverage the whole fucking time on Tyreek Hill and that dude Hartman, right? They was running man coverage on them too all night. And Patrick Mahomes was just taking advantage of it and picking that shit apart. That's why they got those big fucking plays towards the end of the game, because these twos speeds, you got to put somebody over top to stop that fucking bullshit. Legitimately. You can't play fucking zone coverage against that fucking shit. You got to stick them tight, play man-to-man, and take your chances on the pass interference calls. Real shit. Here's Williams, another first down and more. Right? Look at these motherfuckers. Yo. Makes the stop and a gain of 15. They was running against the blitz. That one there was an odd one for me. I was like, holy shit, they were just straight running against that fucking blitz and shit. And see, Kelsey was going over the middle and shit. The Niners didn't do a whole lot of that work over the middle. And that was weird for me. I don't understand why they didn't stand here and go over the middle more. Yo, look at him. He popped the shit out of Patrick Mahomes. And my man's lost that collision. I don't know what happened there. Legit. Right. He was not quite in here. He ended up not getting this touchdown. Right. I do think they ended up actually getting in. Let me see. Yep. This is, I'll be honest with you, man. This whole game was kind of bananas to me. And, yeah, this bullshit here. This nonsense. Right? Yo, our offensive line was legitimately getting pushed off the ball. They was blitzing all night. I don't know why you're going long against the blitz. That's Shanahan knows. He knows better than to go long against the blitz. They start, you see that package. You go to the check down. And our boy Jimmy Jesus was not legit. Was not motherfucking going through his progressions all night. Like all night long, he was not going through his progressions. Right? Yo, look at this. Look at this nonsense. Right? Look, around the edge, playing around the edge and shit, right? It went right back to the middle. Like, this is where we should have been running all night, was going up the fucking gut and just banging, slamming into the linebacker court. This is what we should have been doing. Nope. More just delayed handoff. Running out of the counter position. Right? See, that wasn't bad, but like, we were picking up yards and chunk in the run game, and we straight gave it up. Like, when it really came down to it. The fucking ass, I swear to God. Right? Like, we were standing here, like, they were going through, right? And we were sitting here. Like, look. Dead serious. We could have pulled more time off the clock. Legit. And not gave them the ball back. You know what I mean? And ended up standing here, you know what I mean? Like, ended up pulling more time off the clock, controlling the ball game, keeping Mahomes off the field, and keeping their defense on the field, which means they would have been tireder in the second half, so we could have picked up a whole lot more. Kittle pushed off. Right, so he ended up with a pass interference and all the system negated anyway. So it doesn't even really matter. Like, this is nonsense. Look, kneeling on the ball. Yeah, ended up still didn't get no fucking points. Right? Like, real shit. You could have just ran the ball and wore the time off the clock and, done a whole lot better. Why are you going to the air? Like, I don't understand. Like, this is a running football team. Like, in the past 2 games, Jimmy Garoppolo threw like 16 or 17 passes. In 2 games. Instead, like, you're going to end up getting behind, right? And having a defense of theirs, like, being able to stand up to you because you're passing the ball. Oh, look. Oh, yeah. See, you know why? You know why we're kicking the field goal? Because Jimmy G's missing passes. Because he's not going through his progressions. Like, this is what happened all night last night. Legit. Our defense doing what it's supposed to do. Right? Legit. Our defense doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Holding up, being stout, making plays, doing... Look at this. Look at this. We had 2 picks in this game. Legitimately. Right? How are you going to have 2 picks in the Super Bowl and still lose? Legitimately, that should have been a horse collar, but whatever. And there was a bunch of plays, too, that didn't get called as well. Like, there was an offsides towards the end of the game where you were standing here going like, why was that not called? He caught that offsides. Legitimately. That dude was in the neutral zone. Like, we legit should have ended up getting an offsides call on that. And it didn't get called. Like, it was nonsense. And then on top of that, there was another one where, like, I think there was like a roughing the passer play that should have got called and never got called. Like, there was a couple plays here where legit, like, we should have got calls. And you know how that works. Like, I'm not going to complain and, like, worry about ref ball too much. But, like, it really leans credence to, like, they wanted Patrick Mahomes to win because, he's a mulatto. And he looks like all these white girls' sons and shit. You know what I mean? Legitimately. And this is what's going to happen the rest of the game here. All right? Oh, look at this. They're not tackling. Like, our defense is just on the field too much. Look at this. You're predatory on defense. Our offense not getting it done. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right, come on. Patrick Mahomes. Caught the rock. Right. Look at him. Wide open. Why are you not running him in man coverage? Why are you playing zone against him? You legitimately should have a man over top and just straight be sticking him. Pass interference call. Now it's going to be, you know what I mean, first down on the goal line. Complete and utter nonsense. Like, yo. Straight garbage. Like, just straight garbage.
Wyatt, did you bring me here?
I think it's time we throw Ola.
Like, yeah, we was leading the whole way through the game, right? And they put Jimmy G back on the field again. Gets popped. Holding on to the ball too long. Not doing any check downs. They're just giving away points at this point. Legitimately. If we had been running the ball, we would have not had a 3-and-out after this, too. And that's the real bitch. Like, yo, it is so sad. Like, it is so sad. I know it's like Monday morning quarterback, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't really care. I really don't care. Like, it's, yo, it's so aggravating to stand here and watch this. Right? He's in. You know what I'm saying? He's in. Right? They go through and they, you know, they review the shit out of this, and then, you know, like, it showed, like, maybe he's out, maybe he's not. We don't know where the ball is. Like, it's too close to call. We're just going to give him a touchdown. And that's fine. You know what I mean? You would hope that your team would get the same call, and they do most of the time. Right? So, like, you know, it's kind of whatever. Like, nobody's going to be mad about this. Touchdown. Right? Yeah. Look. Oh, now you want to run the ball? We got a minute 33 left in the game, and now you want to run the ball? Like, come on. Jimmy Jesus. Jimmy Jesus. Jimmy Jesus. On 4th and 10. Turning the rock over. Right? Oh, no. Look at this. Yeah, exactly. Nobody even cares. Like, nobody even cares. The game was already over. Legit. Game was already over. And right now, the game is completely over. Right? And it, like, it legitimately, like, they didn't even do it, like, with, like, some style and grace. Right? Kyle Shanahan started, like, calling, like, timeouts and shit in the end of the game. Right? When they should have just kneeled on the ball and let it go. Oh, look, coughs up pick. Jimmy and Jesus. Jimmy Jesus not getting it done. Right? Airs it out. Yo, it's so sad. It's so sad. Legitimately, it's so sad. Right? It just, you know what I mean? It's on that level where you just go, man, listen, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, you know, the play calling was horrible. Jimmy Jesus' execution was horrible. He wasn't going through his progressions. You know, like, I can't say much about our defense. Like, we got 2 picks. We got, like, 5 sacks. Like, we was getting it done. We ain't really give up a whole lot of yardage on the ground. Not a whole lot of yardage through the air. Like, yo, we legitimately, we shut down the offense enough that our offense, if they would have done something, would have got it done. But instead of running the ball and sticking with what we know and handling our business, when these guys were stacking the box, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we could have easily either A, ran at them, or B, you know what I mean, done some small little dink and dunk stuff over the middle and picked up the, you know what I mean, yardage we needed. Because, you know if they're coming on the blitz, you know what it is. Like, instead of holding on to the ball, like, the whole time, like, yo, he had, like, 4 deflections, too. That's the other half of this. Jimmy kept trying to throw over the same dude's head who was reading them all night. Just all night long, hands up, knocking the ball down. Like, yo. Say congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations. You know, I know like this is an economics and political channel, whatever. Like, I don't care, man. Like, you know, I do whatever. Like, yo, I do what I feel like doing, right? But this is like my first of a couple videos that I'm gonna make, and I wanted to put this up and just, you know, y'all enjoy yourselves. You know how this operates. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to, you know what I mean, stand here and like just, you know how this works, man. Whatever. I was in the mood to make this video, so that's the video that I made. In the meantime, man, you know the situation. It's Tom P's and Pnoid News. Holla at your boy. Peace.